Hi there, welcome to this week's angel reading. I'm Rachel Scoltock and it's Monday the 5th of March. And this reading is going to see you through all the way until next Monday. So it doesn't matter which day you watch it. In fact, even if you watch it on a day that's not part of this week, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to pull you some cards from Archangel Michael, the Archangel Oracle deck, and mixed them up. Archangel Oracle deck and the Goddess cards. So I was just going into my cupboard for a candle, which I always light a candle before this, which incidentally is a really great way to summon in the light and clear any energies that you feel might be blocking you, and set my intention for this reading. And then as I reached into the cupboard, these yellow deck of cards just jumped out at me and I thought I have to use them today. So let's start with those and see what comes up. Now, lots of you telling me that you're feeling heavy, like as if you're dragging yourself around. You're feeling unmotivated, a bit confused. And something I keep hearing over and over again is I just want more peace. I just want peace in my life, is what I'm hearing from so many. So do not worry, because peace is coming. And obviously there are tweaks that you and I have to do in order to make our lives more peaceful. Whether that means going to bed on time or eating food that doesn't inflame your stomach and your body, but also dropping drama and past pain and suffering and trauma from your energy field can make a huge difference. And all of this is being assisted right now by all of the planetary positions and all of the energies. It's like we're being pushed through this tunnel where we're being stripped back of all of the things that have been almost like they've been allowed to exist in your reality for too long, because you either thought that it was okay, or you invited them in not knowing what they were, or you've just never had enough self-esteem, self-value, self-respect to say no, or maybe you thought you couldn't say no. So now it's like everybody is on the same train. We're all being awakened together, maybe all in different ways. So not everybody's doing the same thing. Not everybody is aware. Not everybody wants to be aware. But if you're one of those people that wants to live a spiritually awakened life, that you want to be aware, you want to grow, you want to spiritually connect and align with your true path, then you will be feeling it as much as anybody at the moment. And look, if you're feeling more sensitive than usual, it's a little bit like we get caught in cobwebs every now and then. It's like, oh, what is this energy? That's normal too, but that's also a call for you to use your skills, your tools, find ways to release yourself of these energies, because the feeling, knowing and having the feeling and reacting to it isn't enough. It's a sign, it's intuitive guidance from your body and your soul and your energy to let you know that you need to do the clearing. And of course, you can call on your angels for help with that. I've got heaps of free tools on my website, meditations, loads of YouTube videos where you can tune in and find out how you can let go of any heavy energies that you might have taken on or you might be holding on to. So let's start with the Goddess cards and see why they were so keen on coming forward for today's reading. And I can already hear the angels talking to me. So, interesting. So first two cards out, I'm going to read them as they come this time. So the first one that jumped out was Artemis. It shows, I don't know if you can see because of the light behind the camera. Artemis, excuse my scabby nails. Artemis is a goddess of protection. She's all about being a guardian, and she calls on the nature spirits and the elements to bring about protection for you. So this is a kind of a sign from spirit saying, hunker down. Put your energetic protection around you. Carry your crystals and wear your the crystals that protect you, like amethyst, sugarlight, shungite, quartz, smoky quartz, not clear quartz, isn't so much protective as amplifying. Tourmaline, black tourmaline is really great. So make sure that you're using your protective crystals. Maybe you need to place a white light boundary around your home and your possessions, just making sure that your energy is protected from intrusive energies at this time. It doesn't mean that there's necessarily darkness around, but if there is, at least you'll have a buffer against it. But also it might be that your energy is a bit low, and that sort of fragments your aura and means that you're more likely to take on lower energies or intrusive energies. This is also a sign saying to you, stop worrying, because worry is another thing that corrodes your energy field and will actually create negative feelings. So stop worrying. You and your loved ones are protected. There's lots of strong guidance coming through at this time, so you have to be really receptive and open. This isn't about closing yourself inside a clamshell or a concrete prison of energy. This is about remaining open and receptive and calling in your guides, calling on the elements, calling on the angels and Artemis to bring you your guidance as well as protect you. The other card is true love. You know, whenever love shows itself, whether that's, you know, a newborn baby or a new relationship, maybe a friendship, not necessarily a romance, that love will always add to the energy in your life. It can't take away. It's only when our egos get involved that we start to see love as threatening. And so we have to be careful there, because once our egos are involved, we're no longer expressing love. Now, this is saying that love is coming to you in all of its forms at this moment. Remember the bigger picture of love. And it's safe for you to love, to give and receive love. So I feel like this is talking about relationships, and it's about keeping your heart open and offering unconditional love. Sometimes we do this, I won't do this until you do that kind of thing. And that's harmful. That's ego love. That's not real love. It's like just being free and knowing that love is infinite, that you can offer unconditional love and give it with the spirit of, I'm just giving this to you. You don't have to do it from the spirit of, if I don't get, I'm not going to give anymore. So come back to that. But also remember, you know, some people are just born takers, and if you're not taking care of your energy, if you read my blog last week about psychic vampires, energy thieves, sometimes we give that unconditional love with an unconscious expectation of return, or we give and give and give beyond what we've actually got available. And then we get really disappointed and hurt when that energy is not returned or it's not respected. So you do have to be discerning to where you give your love, but it's in the way that we do it rather than in how we do it. If you can sit with being a receptacle and a channel for unconditional divine love, then that, and just allow that to wash through you without any attachment, that's really powerful. That's how the angels do it. They don't expect anything in return because they love us unconditionally. So I pulled 2 cards from the Archangel Oracle deck before we started, and that's why I chuckled a bit at these 2, because they're very similar. The first card was the Peace card, and that's Archangel Chamuel. Now, Chamuel is the angel of lost things. He helps us to find things that we've lost. He's also helps us to see with the eyes of love and to find our inner peace. Now, we talked about peace earlier. Peace is what is important right now. If it doesn't bring you peace in the long run and in the moment, then consider how you can change your approach, or maybe it's not the right thing for you. So peace comes from remembering that only love is real. So the fears that we feel, the drama that we create in our minds, the angst that comes up is part of our physical reality. But we have to, if we remember that only love is real and we see that as just a drama, like a movie, we can overcome it much more easily than if we get all bogged down in believing in it. So peace comes from remembering only love is real. Only love is real. It's the only true substance. It's the only thing that you will take with you when you pass. It's the only thing that is going to make a difference to your life and anybody else's life. All the rest is just decoration. Relationship harmony. Do you see what I mean? The relationships are coming up really strongly at the moment. This is saying to you that if you are feeling a sense of negativity, challenge, stress or strain in a relationship in your life, and this is Raguel, start to bring the energy of unconditional love into it. So doesn't necessarily mean that you have to make friends with the person, but if you can send love, or at least send angels that will send love, then that is going to help bring about peace and harmony and a positive outcome. So it looks like we've got a bit of a theme happening here today. And let's see what the Archangel Michael cards say. Oh, okay, got to keep shuffling. Okay. Time for some self-honesty. Admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly, that says. So what the beep beep, little car went past and beeped then. It's time for you to face your true feelings about something or someone. And when you're completely honest with yourself, then you can receive your guidance. It's like sometimes we trick ourselves into believing that we feel something differently, or we feel bad about how we feel, so we try to squish it and push it away. When you recognize your true feelings, you can sort of see how something has been created, but you can also start to fix it if it's not right for you. But it's not until you receive that honesty from yourself that you can then make decisions that help you to move forward. So being really honest with yourself. At the moment, we're in this time where there's lots of Pisces energy around. So it's very emotional, it's very watery, and it can make us feel like we're underwater or in mud, like we're just wading through trying to work things out. In this time, so much intense energy is starting to sort of pressure us to take a look at these things that we're not being honest with ourselves, the things that maybe have been hidden, the things that we've been blindfolded by other people because they're not telling the truth, or that we're just not admitting the truth to ourselves. So it could be old karma. It could be a relationship that's not working. It could be that your health's not working and you suddenly discover a new way of eating or helping yourself that is going to create a positive thing. This is all about revealing at the moment, but always with the mind on keeping peace at your core. If it's not happening peacefully, then either wait or change your approach. That's really, it's all about peaceful relationships, peaceful income, peaceful ways of doing business, peaceful ways of treating your body and treating yourself, peaceful ways of making decisions. If we are not coming from peace, we can hardly criticize the rest of the world for being at war. We can't criticize other people for not being peaceful with us. We have to lead by example, and we have to create that energy. We can't ever create what we haven't already got inside of us. So this is about finding ways to create peace in your life this week, and then watching all of the relationships, all of the other things that you want coming to you. If you're demanding, pushy, warlike, critical, judgmental, coming from fear and anxiety, then things are not going to work anyway, but they're not going to work in this current energy. You've got to come back to peace. So that's my reading for the week ahead. Have a great week. I'm sending you lots of love, angel blessings, and peace from my heart to yours, and sending you love. Thank you so much. And you can check out my website, rachelscoltock.com. There's just a few tickets left for Angels at Uluru. We had a massive flurry of sales over the weekend where people realised that the early bird was expiring, and we're almost full. But if you would like to join us, get in touch because you can. Lots of love.